Even though the modern washing machine is a relatively new invention, people have been washing their clothes for centuries. Ancient peoples would wash their clothes by rubbing them with abrasive sands or pounding with rocks and then rubbing the dirt off in a river. The ancient Romans invented a kind of soap made of ashes and animal fat, but for the most part it stayed the same for centuries. Invented in around 1833 came the first metal washboards that many associate with pioneering life. The first commercial electric washer wasn't invented until 1908 by a man named Alva J. Fisher. This invention changed how people would wash their clothes forever. Today, in America, the average family washes about 300 loads of laundry per year, and the corporations like Maytag have revenue of over $4 billion. The laundry industry is one that has changed very rapidly in only the last 100 years or so.
My name's Lucas, and I'm 19.
Name,
I'm Eli.
and where do you live?
I live in a fraternity.
My name is Naomi, and I live in a dorm.
Which dorm?
The program.
Alright.
Dan Kavist.
And how old are you?
I'm 18.
Alright.
Like 15, 4 years ago.
When I was 14, 13, that neighborhood.
How did you learn how to do it? You just kinda
My
figured it
grandma
out?
taught me.
Okay.
I started doing my own laundry in like 6th grade. So,
Okay. Did your mom or dad teach you to do laundry, or did you have to figure it out?
yeah, my parents taught me how to do my own laundry. So,
Laundry.
Probably 14. Second I got into high school is when I started doing my own laundry. As long as you know when it's not going to be very busy, it's not an issue. Just every once in a while, when it's too busy down there, you can't get your laundry done. That's the only issue to me.
Have you ever had it?
I mean, it's okay. It's kind of nice if there's not a lot of people down there, because you can split up your whites and colors and stuff like that, especially if you're doing a lot of laundry. But other than that, it's not that great.
for me, they're super inconvenient, especially like when breaks, like when it's time for people to go back home, because they're usually like all full and people like a lot of times will leave their clothes in there for an extended period of time, so then I have to wait to wash my clothes to go home. And then even just on a regular basis, like on Sundays or stuff, like I have to wait like sometimes until midnight for an open like washing machine. So it's really inconvenient.
Is there anything you like about it?
I like that. I don't know. I mean, I guess that it's free in a way, but it was free when I was at home, so there's nothing really that I like sticks out that I really like about communal laundry.
I mean, obviously, you'd rather have your own because it'd just be easier, but the process seems to be pretty easy and streamlined down there, so I don't mind. Ideally, you should take your laundry out as soon as it's done, but I mean, a leeway of like 10 minutes or whatever, you know. Well, I've never taken laundry out myself, but on like every Sunday there's just laundry sitting all over the place because people are taking it out and putting their stuff in, so.
How do you feel about like people moving other people's stuff? Like you think that's okay? Or...
Well, there's a sign down there that says that you shouldn't do it, so I guess you shouldn't do it. That's my opinion there, I guess.
And I guess it kind of depends on the time of day. Like if you do it really late, you leave it in the machine overnight, that's fine. Just get it in the morning, but otherwise probably not more than like an hour because it's kind of annoying when people just leave their stuff down there.
Yeah. So have you like had any issues with people leaving their laundry in the machine?
Yeah. So what we do is if you need like a dryer and someone else's clothes are in there, you just kind of take them out and throw them on the floor, which isn't really a productive solution at all because then your clothes are just on the floor, they get all wrinkly.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not bad.
I think that probably like the max time that's like acceptable is like 10 to 20 minutes because like you know sometimes you forget or like you're in the middle of something and like that's fine, but like once it hits like 30 minutes, 45, an hour, then like it's kind of inconvenient to everyone else who has to do their laundry.
I think if you're not there when the timer goes, then anyone should be able to, if they're full, anyone should be able to take it out. I mean, it's your responsibility.
Okay.
Don't leave your stuff in the dryer, kids.
Wayne Breckus. I am a professor of sociology here at the University of Missouri. I think there's probably a few things going on. One is maybe people don't put a great priority on. I mean, they have other things going on that are more important than laundry, and it's kind of like, you know, leaving the laundry around is sort of I don't know if it's a kind of, I mean, I don't think it's really intentionally an act of defiance, but it's sort of like a kind of resistance to, oh, I have to do this and I have to be in this communal space and I don't necessarily know all of my neighbors and maybe I don't like some of it, or maybe it, you know, so there's part of that. I also think a lot of it's tied to in a lot of communal spaces, particularly probably middle class communal spaces, the kind of dominant moral attention style is what some sociologists call moral minimalism, which is the way moral minimalism works is the primary form of conflict resolution is conflict avoidance, which is not really, but it's very different than like than sort of violent moral social control. I mean, you can find places where people are like, you know, where people fight over a parking lot, and you know, and sometimes they might even fight with guns over like a parking space. That is not moral minimalism. That's taking like a moral conflict and really confronting it in kind of like an angry, direct way. But in many settings, I think what you find is more moral minimalism. So like in communal living, if your neighbor is playing their stereo, you know, is playing their music really loud, the primary way that most people deal with that is try to ignore it, complain about it to their friends in the room with them, but not complain about it to the neighbor. Maybe gossip to other people. Man, the person living next to me is a real jerk. They play their music really loud. And I think laundry, often, like the way people deal with laundry is very similar. The primary way you deal with it is moral minimalism. So I remember when I had to do communal laundry, and if there was stuff in the machines, the way I would kind of deal with it is go, oh no, like all the machines are full, and I'd be upset that like, well, 3 of these machines have clothes sitting there and they've been sitting there a while, but my primary way of dealing with it is to wait, because I don't really want to morally confront, and I don't want to make a scene, right? It's moral minimal. I don't want to go, well, you know, I am going to enforce some social control of my own by saying this has been in here too long. I'm just going to throw these in a pile. And sometimes people will do that as a kind of way of saying, no, sorry, there's rules here, this goes in a pile. But I think part of the reason people do it a lot is they probably know that's not usually going to happen. They might even get mad if it does. They might feel like, well, you know, I shouldn't have left it in there so long, but how dare you touch my stuff, you know. So I think the moral minimalism is kind of an aspect.
I wanna fold clothes for you. I wanna make